Hello guys, I'm Fa. This is Lightning Strike Rider. Lightning Strike is a melee strike skill. The skill can hit the ground and the enemy in one attack if you stand in the right positions. Of course, we need non-wild strike skill target 1 or 2 additional nearby enemies to achieve that. We're using regular Lightning Strike. This build requires nimis ring and the flagging unique helmet. We are using Modern Strike for overbosses or before we buy the nimis ring. You can follow my guide videos before you get here. So this build basically rely on nimis ring. This build won't working well before we have nimis ring, especially the league buff make mapping so hard in this league. The flagging give us far shot projectile speed and damage. Far shot make return projectile deal 60% more damage, and projectile speed make lightning strike become very satisfying. You won't feel good with slow projectile speed lightning strike, so we also get long shot ballistic and 15% more projectile speed from projectiles mastery. We also need impossible escape that allocate perfect agony, so we can get multi shot and piercing shot. Piercing shot is necessary in this build because we don't have any other way to pierce. Multi shot, of course, 1 point for 1 projectile from the shadows, increase elusive effect for Nightblade support. Mark the prey make mark enemy take 10% increased damage. We can get all of these with 4 passive skill points when we have impossible escape. So let's talk about offensive in this build. We're using high elemental damage claw with high attack speed and critical strike chance. All node or modifier we have in this build is increased attack, elemental and claw damage. So 3 elemental claw will work very well. Your suffering's modifier, your elemental damage can shock. Let us apply stronger shock effect on enemies. Enemies take 5% increased damage for each type of ailments you have inflicted on them. Also very good for our build because we're dealing 3 elemental damage with critical strike, so we will always inflict chill, ignite and shock. Breathe the ground from our boots implicit also count as another 5%. We can still amplify this effect by taking poison chance small node and ancestor protector support by chance to bleed for another 10% because we still have a little bit physical damage on our claw, so we can apply poison and bleed. We're using Chains of Emancipation's unique belt. Enemy hits inflict temporal chance on you. When you lose temporal chance, you gain maximum rage and immune curses while you have at least 25 rage. So when we get hit, we're going to use life flux to remove temporal chance, and we get maximum rage and curse immune. Curse immune is the best modifier on this belt. We don't want to get cursed when we leveling. They are so dangerous when we have low life. Lightning strike is a strike skill and we stacking frenzy charges, so we need grip glove like this. Grip glove base is the best options. It gives attack damage and it is evasion base. So let's talk about Rider. Because this is my league starter build, Rider gain us free frenzy charges and gain many benefit from frenzy charges, so we don't need to worry about attack speed and damage very much. Rider also gain us 40% chance to suppress spell damage, 50% chance to avoid elemental ailments, and exposure that minus 20% to all elemental resistances on enemies. All of these Ascendancy node have very good base stuff that we need when league start, so we can keep our spell suppress and Ailments Avoid very easy. It gives many space to our gears, so we can buy cheaper gears when league start. So let's talk about defensive in this build. I feel this build is pretty safe when eye leveling. The build have very good base defensive like high evasion rating, spell suppress, stun avoid, and ailments avoid. We'll try to keep my chaos resist when next gears upgrade. For now, at least positive is our target. For how to keep your ailments avoid and stun avoid, you can check the description below. It let you know how to get it, so you can more flexible to adjust your gears. All of this is just a basic thing. and it just keep you alive easier. The only good survive mechanics on this build is we have very good life gain on hit from claw, implicit and mastery. This effect not gonna be insane in lightning strike, but lightning strike kill everything very quickly, so we basically don't need the life gain on hit that much. If we're using modern strike, the life gain effect is insane. But modern strike really bad on mapping compared with lightning strike. In this point when we are mapping, lightning strike actually way more better in survive compared with modern strike. So let's talk about Wildwood Ascendancy. We are using Wildwood Primaris as our Wildwood Ascendancy. Melee hits have chance to fortify is very good for survive. Mark effect is not necessary and you can get anything else. Strength and intelligence is very good when we don't have good gears. When we have this charm, we can refund some strength and intelligence on passive skill tree. And during charge when you are hit, not very useful because we don't get hit very often. It is still good when we take spell hit, so you can get it if you want. Chance to gain a power charge on critical strike is amazing. Increase evasion rating per frenzy charges, also very good charm we can get. We will still quickly talk about skill gems. We will skip very basic thing like elemental damage with attack support or added lightning damage support. We will only talk about skill gems that more complicated and you have to be careful. Multi-strike very quickly, you will spend 1 mana cost for 3 multi-strike hits, so you will sustain your mana very well, and make sure your mana is enough to use the skill at least 2 times. Adjust precisions or give up precisions if needed. Nightblade support gain us 1.1 base critical strike chance while elusive. We will always gain 1.1 base critical strike chance while elusive, and 140% to critical strike multiplier. 140% critical multiplier will affect by elusive effect. For example, if we have 200 elusive effect, we will gain 280% critical multiplier. When elusive effect drop to 50%, we will only gain 70% critical multiplier. When elusive effect drop to 0 and gone, we can gain maximum elusive effect again when we deal critical strike. Trinity support gain us 30% more elemental damage and 16% elemental penetrations when we have 50 resonance of 3 elemental type. To gain resonance, we need at least 2 type of elemental damage that's close enough with each other as highest elemental damage type. For example, we have 50 to 150 cold damage and 1 to 250 lightning damage. Our first attack roll 100 cold damage and 50 lightning damage. We deal cold damage as our highest elemental damage. We will gain 50 lightning and fire resonance for 2 seconds. Next attack roll 100 cold damage and 150 lightning damage. We will gain 50 cold and fire resonance for 2 seconds. We will only gain benefit from Trinity when we have 50 of all 3 elemental resonance. We will gain resonance anyway when mapping. We have to observe when we're facing single target. Not gaining resonance usually happen when fighting single target. We can try to change our aura or herald to achieve that. Switch anger and wrath to try to solve it. If you really cannot gain resonance no matter using anger or wrath, we need to swap to another support gems. Inspirations is very good options. Just find something good support gem on path of building. Stable mark and mark on his setup. You have to use life tap support. Whirling Blade, faster attack support and life tap support is our mobility skill. Whirling Blade is one of the best mobility skill in the game. We don't have to move our mouse arrow to specific locations like a lip slam, so we can keep our mouse in middle of the screen always. But Whirling Blade cannot cross the wall or jump to the higher ground like lip slam, so we need to use flame dash to do that. And we can use rage support on Whirling Blade setup. It helps us sustain our rage a little bit. Level 1 cast when damage taken support and level 10 steel skin. Well, this is the only guard skill we can use. And also life tap support. Berserk, use it when you need damage. And Lectern level 3, Grace anger or wrath. Wrath require 155 intelligence, so if we can gain resonance with anger, we should use anger. If you're looking for better gameplay experience, you can use Hero of Ice and Hero of Thunder instead anger or wrath. The DPS will drop a little bit, and Hero of Thunder also require 155 intelligence, but the automaton Hero of Ice effect looks so cool, so I think I will keep Hero of Ice for now. I think this is the video today. If I miss anything, let me know on comment below, or you can visit my live stream on YouTube or Twitch. Still struggle where to live stream like now, so see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.